days of semi-quarantine?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I mean, can't. We all have we all share one problem. It's like Corona's like this house guest that won't leave.
Yeah.
When are you leaving?
We've always had problems where there's an end in sight, in theory, right? Like even a great fire in California where it's like eventually it's going to go out.
Eventually, yes.
It's just a question of when at this point. And I was talking to some people earlier, and it was like, that one thing that humans really hate the most is uncertainty. And I think that our entire society right now, globally, is really just so uncertain that that's really what's giving a lot of anxiety. Not just the death part, but just we don't know what tomorrow is going to be.
I mean, it's like any bad situation. It's like you have to accept it. And once you accept it, it's like guys going to jail. It's like once you accept your bid, then your bid will go by faster.
Right.
But if you're fighting it, like I shouldn't be here. Well, yeah, you're gonna be there for life.
Right. Sometimes when it's a life sentence, I wonder if it's easier than like that 3-year sentence, kind of like the 3-hour plane ride versus the 10-hour plane ride. Like on the second hour, you're going nuts. But on a 10-hour, you could just kind of chill till the 8th hour, 9th hour.
Yeah, but you got to accept it. You know what I mean? Like, if we accept that this is how it's going to be till at least Valentine's Day.
Right.
Like, really. Like, it's not... At least Valentine's Day.
It's crazy how human beings think that a virus is on their time. Right?
Yeah, it's not on your time.
Are we that ignorant?
It's gonna get worse. You can't be too careful. Yeah.
What if you're in New York, right?
I'm in New York, yeah.
New York, New Jersey.
Yeah.
So I'm in California, but I'm a New Yorker, but I moved out here and I was like kissing the ground over the last 6 months, which I never really thought I would be so happy to be out of New York City as I am in the last, few months, because we have space here and there's outdoors and there's warm weather. How's it been in New York for you?
I mean, I'm in Jersey. I'm like right outside the city.
So you're in the burbs. So you got some space.
I got room and, I don't want to get ostentatious at a time where people are suffering, but I got plenty room.
Yeah.
And I was in LA a couple of weeks ago, so
you're traveling a bit.
I mean, a little bit. But I've accepted that this thing is going to be here till at least,
Yeah. Well, that's the point. At least who knows? And if you, by the way, I would take Valentine's Day today as a deal.
Yeah, literally. I was looking at houses in LA, just like, okay, maybe I'm going to spend the winter.
Yeah.
Like, because Corona in the winter, quarantine in the winter is like a whole other thing.
It is.
So.
Yeah, and we caught it, towards the end of March. It was still freezing in New York, and I was just like, man, thank God I got out here.
Yeah.
Because it was just, it was hard enough here with 2 kids and, just being outside. And yes, we have some space, but like imagining doing that indoors, whether you're just indoors in New Jersey or indoors in the apartment in New York, it's hell on earth. But not to be too morbid about it, because, we're all living the same reality, which is just the unknown, and it is what it is.
Yeah, and people are, people losing jobs, people's lives are in pause, people are making real decisions, man.
Yeah.
People are deciding between medicine and food right now.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And for whatever reason, our government, like France, they just basically said no rent, no mortgage, everybody. They just forgave everything, like for the whole time. But
I don't know what the solution is, because it's so vast and it's so big and everything affects something else. You can look down to like the lowest on the totem pole to the highest on the totem pole. We are all connected no matter how you look at it. I was talking to someone in real estate yesterday, and he's like, yeah, I get it. People are out of work. Customers aren't coming to your business. You're closed down. And then therefore you don't want to pay our rent. But if you don't pay our rent, we can't pay our banks. And then the banks can't pay the dividends on people who invested. And then those things are in pension plans all over the world. And it's like, where do you start forgiving? You just pause for a few months. Wouldn't that be nice? But I don't know. I don't know what on a country of our size you could do.
France stopped everything. France forgave the landlords, which meant the landlords could forgive the tenants, which like
Forgave the banks and
yeah,
armor
like
and so forth.
the lab. I mean, so it has been done. We just America.
But is food free there?
No, but
right?
food is kind of free when you don't have to pay rent.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
use the
when
savings where you can.
When you don't have to pay a mortgage, yes, food is a lot easier to obtain.
I'm curious to see what happens when the unemployment runs out, if it does, in the end of July here, because I think we're really living off of a boosted economy from awarded benefits, obviously, and it's a little scary to see what's going to happen.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get on a Trump rant.
Yeah, I try not to, but
I'm not. Yeah. I'm not. But he's got a lot of faults. But the dumbest thing America did was we made a landlord the president.
Yeah. It's one of our dumbest things.
Like a landlord.
You got a laundry list. I got a list of stupidity here.
Yeah, America. A landlord wants his money. When a woman and her 2 children go, hey, we can't pay the rent, the landlord goes, hey, let me get some boxes. Like that's what a nice landlord does.
Right.
So we got a landlord running the country. So yeah,
landlord slash reality president. Reality star.
Yeah. So landlords want their money. So hey, this is where we're at.
It's frustrating, but
I'm good. My family's good. It's like things I'm ashamed of. I used to complain all the time about having to take care of my family, like being that guy.
Yeah.
And now in this time, I'm like, I literally get on my knees every day and thank God I can take care of my family.
Yeah.
Like cousins.
The most basic thing that you
cousins
can do.
And, I mean? I got a lot of, I can like take care of my family. I can help out my friends. I can, like my bubble. I can like basically help everybody ride this out. Yeah. And I used to really complain about it. It was like, oh, everybody comes to me. Now I'm like, you know what? God did this to you for a reason.
Yeah.
And
God gave you the gift that now you can really give back and take care of people.
Yeah. So,
it's the most basic necessities at this point. We're like, I used to think of all the things in the beginning, like, oh, we can't travel, we can't do this, we can't do that. And meanwhile, I'm like, thank God we have a home. Thank God we're able to eat. Thank God we're healthy.
Got a home,
and then everything else seems to be a lot more simple.
I got room and, this brother's at, whatever, man. We got it easy, man, but a lot of people got it really hard right now and really have some big decisions to make in the next few months.
And the only way really to overcome it is as a society. It's not one thing the government can only do. It's not one thing that you yourself you can't save the world personally. But I think as an entire society, we really need to look at how
it's like,
we have to come together and be helpful.
The saddest thing about this whole the whole pandemic. It's like it didn't. I mean, right now, LA's on fire, Arizona's on fire, Florida, Texas. And it didn't have to get this bad. But, I thought we lived in one country. But evidently we live in 50 different countries.
Yeah.
And if, the powers that be decided to act as one, we could have been out of this thing by now. We could have literally been living kind of normal lives. But we're a team. And yes, if you would have instituted laws or, rules for the whole country at the same time, yes, it would have affected some states unfairly.
Yeah.
But that's what happens in a team. Yeah. Sometimes Michael Jordan gets more shots.
Yeah.
Than John.
Some are on the bench until they're needed.
Yeah. And Horace Grant has to set picks. Like sometimes things have to be uneven.
Yeah.
For the team to win.
It's a very good analogy.
America was, for whatever reason, Trump did not view it as a team. People going to die.
Yeah.
Lots
and you
of
look at like Texas and Florida, we're not affected.
Not even die, man. Just like, I got relatives I talk to, that are just that the coronavirus is just terrorizing them.
Yeah.
because they're like in a building and then somebody on the floor over them died and somebody under them died and they hear ambulances and sirens going by. Like people are like really being like traumatized by this. But yeah, man.
No,
it's sad. It's really sad.
It's unfortunate that it's taking hindsight to maybe get this out of, now Florida, now Texas, now the states, like, even Arizona, who was like nothing. The arrogance of human beings, and I agree with the lack of leadership as being as one. The team is the perfect example. It's like, okay, so you couldn't just sit on the bench. You had to like, get yourself in there.
Somebody's got to sacrifice shots. Somebody
has
we lose. To not like we just that's how teams win. And the
but
goal
you know what?
is
The
to
team wins with a good coach. And people always talk about the big star of the team. No, it's really coming down to leadership.
It's management. And
bad management here.
It's horrible mess. So we got we got 50 countries, not 50 states, 50 countries.
Do you think, because now when you look at that map and it's completely red with rising cases and all that stuff, that do you think now we have a way out as a result of just we had to go all the way to the bottom of hell essentially to come back out?
I mean, you still have to play as a team. It's still, there's never a way out until everybody sits down and gets on the same page.
Yeah.
You can lose 100%. Forever.